Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Chris Flaherty, Robert Paris and John Vias, Peter Brown with the weather, Matt DiMarzio with sports, and Maddie Shipka with the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. The Burlington Police Department is receiving some financial help for an important program. Chief Michael Kent said he is pleased to announce that the department will receive a Cummings Foundation $100,000 for 100 Communities grant that will support the Burlington Mental Health Initiative. The initiative will provide a comprehensive approach to mental health issues in the community. In particular, it will include training and certification for Burlington police officers in mental health first aid and crisis intervention through the International Association of Chiefs of Police One Mind campaign. With the grant, the Burlington Police Department will also recruit a part-time mental health clinician who will work side by side with officers on a daily basis for the next 2.5 years. Chief Kent said that police officers are increasingly the first points of contact with individuals living with mental illnesses, and it's absolutely essential that they be equipped to recognize when someone is experiencing a mental health crisis and be able to take proactive steps to de-escalate potentially dangerous situations. The Cummings Foundation awards $10 million each year through its 100K for 100 Communities grant program. Awardees typically include those supporting local causes such as human services, education, healthcare, and social justice. This is the second time in 4 years that Burlington Police have earned this $100,000 competitive grant from the Cummings Foundation. The Burlington Mental Health Initiative will serve as a resource for those living with a broad range of mental health disorders, including Alzheimer's disease and dementia, obsessive compulsive disorder, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, suicidal tendencies, depression, ADHD, and substance abuse disorders, among others. In a note, we will be interviewing Bill Cummings, the chairman of the Cummings Foundation, next week, and you'll be able to see that on BCAT in the coming weeks. Members of the Burlington High School class of 2018 donned their graduation caps and gowns for a walk through their old elementary school to the applause and cheers of younger students and former teachers. BNEWS Director Rich Hosford was there and has this report.
It was like a hero's welcome in the halls of Francis Wyman Elementary School last Friday as, 2 days before graduation, former students of the school and current BHS class of 2018 members came back to walk the halls of their former grammar school one last time. They did so in their graduation robes and tasseled hats to the cheers and applause of the current elementary school students and their former teachers. The scene was played out across all 4 Burlington elementary schools that morning in a new program intended to give graduates a chance to celebrate their big moment with the young students and for the children to see what lays in store for them if they keep up with their education. Everyone involved said it was a fun day.
Well, the seniors were here parading down our hallways, and it was a great experience. It's wonderful for them to be able to come back, see their school, see their old teachers, walk the hallways one more time, reminisce a little bit with the teachers, and see the classroom. So it was a great experience for everyone.
And as the seniors marched, the young kids were full of enthusiasm.
Our current students were delighted. They were so excited for the graduates walking down. They loved to see them in their outfits, their graduation garbs, the hats, caps, the tassels. They were cheering wildly. They loved it too.
I spoke to some of the graduates and asked them what it was like to visit their old school.
It was heartwarming. I don't know, my brother goes here, so I got to give him a huge hug. That was kind of awesome.
I thought it was awesome. I mean, just coming back here and I haven't been here in so long, so to see all the kids and how young they are compared to us, it was really cool.
It was really crazy walking through the school and seeing the old teachers and everything. It was very surreal.
I thought it was really cool because before I came, I was really excited to see my old teachers, and I was surprised to see that they were more excited to see me than I was to see them. It was really cool.
And what was it like for the members of the class of 2018 to meet with the younger students?
I thought it was really cool. They were all clapping when we were walking by. It's just funny, just kind of inspiring to them to see something like that, see us graduate and clap for that and know that it's a good thing. So
It was really exciting because eventually they get to be where I am right now, and I hope that they just have a fun time going through school and everything because it goes by really fast.
Crazy. because I was them at one point, and I was the one looking up at the big kids like, oh my gosh, like I can't wait to be that. And then like I am that now. And they look up at you, and it's just so cool.
Finally, 2 days before graduation, I asked how they were feeling as they embarked on the next stage of their life's adventure.
It's a lot to comprehend. Like, it's kind of hard to believe almost, but I think it's pretty to be here and graduating soon.
Shocked. I made it. It's so weird to think that we did it. It's crazy.
I think it's been a long time coming. We've been going to a lot of banquets and stuff like that. You know, I'm just kind of ready to move on to the future, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
I'm very excited, but it's also really scary, like very like out-of-body experience kind of. It's very weird.
At Francis Wyman Elementary School, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
In other graduation news, the high school held its annual all-night grad party for the class of 2018 at Kings Bowl on Sunday night following the graduation ceremony. The event, a way to give the graduates a night of entertainment in a safe environment, is always a big hit. BNews reporter Robert Paris teamed up with graduate and BCAT volunteer Brendan Lucas, and they have this look.
It was a beautiful day for parents to watch as their children graduated from high school. This week, Burlington High School held their graduation ceremony on Varsity Field for the class of 2018. Later that night, the class headed over to Kings on 3rd Ave for their all-night grad party. The event was an opportunity for students to say farewell to their classmates. A lot of memories were brought back that night from the BHS staff and students.
There's a lot of good memories with the class of 2018. It's hard to pick out just one, but like I said in my speech today at the graduation, a lot of really talented kids, individual accolades, group activities, team accomplishments. You know, we have really great athletes, good musicians, talented artists, writers. So it's hard to say just one thing, but I would say collectively as a group, the class of 2018 has really stood out in a lot of different ways.
I played some great hockey games for the hockey team. I played in the Super 8, 2 games this year, which is awesome. I'd say that was it.
My favorite memory is definitely getting to be in Pippin this year in the spring musical. It was really fun.
Honestly, the Science Center and the Help Desk are my favorite things there, so all my memories there.
Probably going to Rome for Latin. It was fun.
Everyone from the class has plans for the future.
I'm planning on going to Boston University and majoring in English.
For the summer, I'm going to work, and then I'm attending Northeastern University and pursuing a degree in business.
I'm going to Juniata College, and I'm going to major in neuroscience.
I'm going to attend UMaine in Orono, Maine.
I'm attending Bryant University in the fall.
The biggest event of the night was the Hypnotist Show. A handful of graduates were under the trance, including Chris Dalton.
Chris, what was it like to be hypnotized?
It was a cool experience now that I look back on it. My friend showed me videos. I guess I performed as Drake. That's kind of weird, and I don't remember much of it.
You don't remember much of it?
Not much of it all.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's come back slowly.
Mr. Sheehan and Mr. Sullivan are proud of the class's accomplishments they've made in the past 4 years.
I think the biggest thing about this class is that they're all really just really good kids. They care about one another. They're a really respectful group of kids. I think today was the first time in 11 years we haven't had a beach balls going up at the graduation when kids are speaking. So if I could say collectively, at the class of 2018 it would be signified by them just being really, really good people, caring people, respectful people, and I think kids who are going to really do great things when they leave here, leave Burlington High School.
I think you guys are, I wouldn't say overachievers, but I think you guys really worked hard to achieve the things that you did. And I would have to say, I think the lesson would be hard work really paid off because a lot of you guys worked really hard over the 4 years you were here. I think you're one of them. True?
Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2018. We wish you the best of luck. From Kings, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
The Burlington Police Department will once again be offering a free program that helps teach children how to stay safe from a variety of dangers. The program is Rad Kids and will be for children between the ages of 8 and 12. The police are offering 2 class sessions, one that will run from July 9th to the 13th and another from July 16th to July 20th. The classes will be held at Marshall Simons Middle School gym and will run from 9 a.m. to noon. All 5 classes must be attended. Rad Kids classes teach children ways to avoid abduction, and the Burlington Police Department will incorporate risk awareness to the program. During the classes, the kids will be in a fun and very active program that stresses safety awareness through role play, self-defense, and other activities. The classes will be free for all attending residents through donations to Burlington Dare, which are appreciated, the department states. Registration forms are available on the Burlington Police blog. Space is limited. For questions, call Officer Keith Shepard at 781-505-4965. That's 781-505-4965, and our crack staff has that up on the monitor for you. The grand opening for the Burlington Dog Park will be held on Saturday, June 16th at Rohannes Park. The park is designed for dogs to play and interact with their owners and other animals. BNews reporter Robert Parrish went to check it out in the lead up to the opening and files this report.
The highly anticipated Burlington Dog Park is almost here. This week I went down to see a preview of the dog park with Burlington Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan.
So the project's been going on for about 4 years now, and we're at the end. So the dog park committee and the Friends of Burlington Dog Park, two separate groups, have worked really hard to make this park a reality, and it is. So we have a grand opening coming up on June 16th at 10 a.m. right here at Rohannes Park, at the site of the dog park off of Mill Street. And what you're going to see is the culmination of their efforts in getting a dog park into Burlington, and we're very excited. As you'll see, some of the features today, it's definitely going to be one of the better parks around.
There will be plenty of space for your dog to run around in.
The park's split into two sides, or two sections, a smaller area for passive dogs or maybe older dogs, smaller dogs, and then a larger area for more active dogs. And both areas have similar elements. Obviously the active dog area is a little bit bigger, and it has a section of artificial or canine grass, which is an artificial turf meant for dogs.
Memorial is inside the park as well, to allow residents an opportunity to pay tribute to their dogs.
We had a lot of support from residents that wanted to do bricks in memory of pets and loved ones and their family. So we're very thankful for that. That was a big fundraiser for the Friends of.
The Burlington Parks and Recreation Department would like to thank the Friends of the Burlington Dog Park and the Burlington community for making this project possible.
I hope they take away a sense of accomplishment by the volunteers that were on the committee, but I also hope they take away a real sense of community that this park will provide. Dog owners are great people, and there's something special in them. They want to care for an animal, and they're protective of their pets. And when they come here, I hope they're protective of this park and really care for it.
Don't forget, the Burlington Dog Park is not open to the public yet. The grand opening will be Saturday, June 16th at 10 a.m. From Rohannes Park, I'm Robert Parrish for BNEWS Weekly.
The Middlesex Sheriff's Office is warning residents today of a new round of scam calls threatening citizens with arrest for failing to appear for jury and/or grand jury service. According to a release, the office has been made aware of dozens of scam calls made to Middlesex County residents over the past week. In one instance, a local resident lost in excess of $1,500 believing the threats made by the scammers were real. On these calls, the scammers pose as members of the sheriff's or court staff. The release states they falsely inform residents that they have missed jury duty and are subject to arrest unless they pay a fine. Frequently, the scammers will ask that residents pay this fine by purchasing a prepaid debit card, that's always a warning for you, or a gift card, another warning, and providing the scammer with the card's code. This allows them to use the funds on the card without a trace. Middlesex Sheriff Peter J. Katusian says threatening arrest is a tactic used by these perpetrators to scare innocent residents, and that never, under any circumstances, will any law enforcement ask you to pay a fine through gift cards. Anyone who may have received similar calls is encouraged to report them to their local police department and the Sheriff's Office Digital Forensics Unit at 978-932-3292. Last Friday evening, we at BCAT held our biggest event of the year, our annual meeting and volunteer appreciation night. It was an event to honor the volunteers who work so hard to help BCAT produce the quality content you have come to know and enjoy. BNews reporter Chris Flaherty spoke to some of the honored volunteers and has this look at the festivities.
Last Friday, the red carpet rolled out at Heritage Park Baptist Church for BCAT's annual meeting and appreciation awards. A large crowd of BCAT volunteers gathered with family and friends to celebrate another successful year in the BCAT community. After a buffet dinner generously provided by various Burlington restaurants and a spectacular opening number, the evening moved on to the Appreciation Awards. Among this year's winners was student volunteer Brandon Gordon, who took home the first Excellence in Acting Award for his work in Talent, a short film produced by the BCAT Summer Film School.
Take us through your process of getting into character to be the amazing Brandino.
It's more getting out of character. That's more me than you normally see day to day.
That's very method. So what's next for Brandon Gordon?
I'm probably gonna do some more BCAT stuff and yell at the camera and jump around and hope I win another award.
I love it.
Also winning for his work on Talent was Ethan Rousseau, who took home the award for post-production excellence.
This is kind of like what I've wanted to do. We won for our show last year, which was great, but then this is great to have because, this is kind of something that I'd like to pursue in the future, so it's great to have something for it.
One of the night's biggest winners was Sandra Voltero. Her work on the program Be Prepared earned her the Producer Excellence Award for a studio production, and the program itself received this year's Viewer's Choice Award for a BCAT series.
I just came to say hello to everyone. I wasn't expecting anything. I really enjoy doing this show. It's a challenge getting out there and getting experts in the field for the different subjects on health, wellness, and safety, but it's worth it in the long run because I think we show a lot of information to help the public.
This year's student grant went to longtime BCAT volunteer Brendan Lucas. Unfortunately, Brendan was unable to attend the ceremony. I caught up with him earlier this week, and he had this to say.
It feels awesome to receive this grant. I wasn't expecting it. It's really great that the BCAT community that I've been a part of for a very long time is helping me move on to the next stage of my life. When I first joined BCAT as a 12-year-old incoming Voyager, I didn't really know what to expect. After having the opportunity to learn all these new skills, meet all these new people, and be part of a community for 6 years, BCAT has been a really important part of my life.
And last but not least, the year's biggest honor, the Volunteer of the Year Award, went to Maddie Shipka.
What does this award mean to you?
Everything. BCAT has meant so much to me, even since my brother had started. I've always been so excited to just be part of things, and BCAT has made me feel a part of everything. So I'm so connected with the town and just everything in general, and it makes me so happy. Because I really feel at home. I've never loved a thing more than I love BCAT, and I don't think I could ever love a thing more.
Congratulations to all this year's winners, and thank you to all our volunteers for helping make BCAT what it is today. Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
Okay, we're always looking to have volunteers join us down here, so if you've got an idea you'd like to be in the production business or the talent business or the camera business, whatever you'd like to do, check out our website and come on down. We'd love to have you. People looking for a unique and challenging workout now have a new place in Burlington to check out. The new Tough Mudder Boot Camp held a grand opening ceremony this past Saturday and invited the public to come in and check it out. BNews reporter John Vias was there and has this report.
People looking for a unique and challenging workout now have a new place in Burlington to check out. A Tough Mudder Boot Camp opened its doors in the Burlington Crossroads Plaza on Cambridge Street and held their grand opening on Saturday, June 1st. This particular boot camp is the third location in the country, with the other two located in Las Vegas, Nevada and Houston, Texas.
Tough Mudder's goal is all about building a global community. The Tough Mudder events are all about teamwork and camaraderie, challenging yourself to be a better version of yourself. And that's what you see here at the boot camp. It's a workout that's about bringing people together as a team, about making it social, around functional fitness, and never doing the same thing twice. We learned very early on that the most important thing to a successful workout is variety, and we've tried to build something here that takes the values of innovation and teamwork and brings it into a studio fitness environment.
Tough Mudder Boot Camp has 45-minute classes that feature endurance and strength building challenges that they say, while difficult, are also fun. The classes aim to get people in shape for their everyday life.
So first of all, it's based on some pretty clear principles. The first one is you're more likely to achieve your fitness goals if you work out as part of a group. So we tried to make it social, we tried to make it fun. Of course it's a tough workout, but there are moments that are genuinely fun in it. That's the first thing to understand. The second thing to understand, it is a tech-enabled workout. So yes, we have a trainer there, but we also have a set of TVs that guide you through the workout, and that makes it much easier to follow than any other studio workout out there. And then the third thing to understand about what we've built here in Massachusetts, first ever location, is that this is a workout for all levels of fitness. It is designed to work for all different fitness standards. It isn't just for elite people. It certainly isn't an indoor obstacle course. We're not zapping people with electricity or running them through ice here. It's around functional fitness for life, not just for Tough Mudders.
Finally, 2 years of top-secret hard work has paid off, and the future looks bright for Tough Mudder as a name and for the importance of exercise, both physically and mentally.
We really believe doing things in life that challenge you, that make you a better version of yourself, is important. Now, being healthy isn't just good for you. Isn't just good for you physically. You have more energy, but it's good for you mentally. You will be a happier person if you can stay in shape. You'll be a happier person if you have all-round fitness. And we've designed something here that's designed to make you injury-free. There's nothing in here that's dangerous. It's designed for all fitness levels. I've always tried to get people to embrace doing things that scare them slightly, getting you out of your comfort zone. That's what Tough Mudder is all about, and we've tried to build something here that's constantly challenging you. This really is a very exciting day for Tough Mudder. This is the grand opening of our first ever fitness studio, the Tough Mudder Boot Camp. We've actually spent 2.5 years working in secret on this project. We built our first ever boot camp in our offices in New York, and we didn't tell anyone about it because we wanted to get the workout completely right before we launched it. We have our first location here in Burlington, Massachusetts, with an amazing franchisee, Henry Pott. We picked Burlington because there are so many mudders here and because of the amazing franchisee. It's a very special day for us.
And where can we find more information about this exciting new addition in the world of fitness?
So the best way to find out more about the Tough Mudder Boot Camps is our website, toughmudderbootcamp.com. We're opening locations around the world right now, over 30 locations opening this year alone, and we hope to be over 100 Tough Mudder Boot Camps next year. So find our details online, toughmudderbootcamp.com.
From the Burlington Crossroads Plaza, I'm John Vias for BNEWS Weekly.
Burlington High School students will soon have their photographs hanging in a local museum and gallery. The public is invited to Photosynthesis 13 exhibition, a collaboration of the Burlington High School and Winchester High School photography programs. The official opening reception will be held on Thursday, June 14th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. The show will be hanging at the Griffin Museum of Photography, 67 Shore Road, Winchester, from June 14th to July 6th. This is the second year that the BHS art teacher Lexi Djorgovic has involved the Burlington photography students in this special exhibition. Over the past semester, students in the photo portfolio and advanced photography classes have been creating portfolios of personal imagery. There are 10 students from BHS participating in the show this year. The program connects students from the two schools with each other and with professional photographers. The goal is to increase students' awareness of the art of photography, as well as how being from different programs and different schools affects their approach to the same project. The students were given the task of creating a body of work that communicates a sense of self and place. They were encouraged to explore the importance of props, the environment, facial expressions, metaphor, and body language in portrait photography. Students also met with working artists and photographers to help them with the process. We go now to BNews weatherman Peter Brown in our Weather Center for the latest forecast, which Peter says is going to make people happy. We'll also check out the community calendar with Maddie Shipka to see what's happening in Burlington.
Well, hello everyone, and this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the next 7 days. And I've got to say, I hope you all got out there and enjoyed the great BCAT Awards night last Friday. We had some wonderful people there and much deserved recipients of those awards. And look at this, and another good thing to come, we are going to be seeing Absolutely beautiful weather for the next 7 days. And look at this, starting out on Friday, we are seeing temperatures going to be around 80, so perfect weather for this time of the year. And look at this, if you're going out at night on Friday night, you're going to see pretty comfortable temperatures. Not really any humidity around, nice and dry, so perfect weather. And of course, as we head towards the end of the period, we are getting into the middle of June, so summer is only really a couple of weeks away from us now. And of course, at that time of the year, our average highs should be in the mid-70s. And this is actually what we're going to be seeing as we get towards the end of the period. And of course, as you notice right here, our days are just about at the longest that they get this year. We actually won't be seeing the sun rising any earlier in the mornings. This is about as early as the sun comes up. But we are going to tack a couple more minutes on to the length of our day at night. So that's definitely something to look forward to and a sign that summer is just about here. Now, as we go ahead, I'm going to show you what's going to be going on with our weather for the next 7 days. And this is a pretty quiet weather map, I have to say, compared to what we've been seeing the past few weeks, where we've been talking about rainy conditions on our weekends and cold weather and then hot. So we're actually going to have some real temperate weather coming up this week. And basically what's going to be really the anchoring our weather for this week is there's going to be this high pressure center that's going to be centered over eastern Canada. Now, this is a little bit different from what we see in the typical summertime, where we see a high pressure center off of Bermuda. So this high is going to keep our weather very dry and a little bit cool in the mornings, but it's really warming up beautifully each and every afternoon. And every few days or so, we might see a very weak disturbance spinning around this high pressure center. And that might bring us maybe a chance of some spot showers, perhaps the latter portion of the weekend, maybe towards the end of the period. But looking at the latest models this morning, it actually looks like we may not be seeing much of any rain at all coming up for the next 7 days. So that's definitely something to look forward to if you're on vacation and you want to hit those beaches. Now, as we go ahead, I'm going to show you those great weather conditions and temperatures coming up. And like I said here, look at this map. This is something we really haven't seen too much of this spring. Of course, we had that very warm February, and of course, then we had that really cold March and April. Had kind of an up and down May, and look at this now. We are really getting a gift coming up the next couple of weeks or so. Starting out again on Friday, our temperature's around 80, so a little bit warmer than average for this time of the year, but very pleasant and dry out there. Now, we get into Saturday, we may see again maybe a spot shower here and there, but as of right now, looks like those are going to probably be holding off in our area, in the Burlington area and all over New England if you're traveling anywhere. And we get into Sunday, we may see a little bit of a backdoor cool front come in and bring some air in off of the ocean. That might drop our temperatures a little bit, but still beautiful sunshine with just a few fair weather clouds. And look at this, getting Monday and Tuesday starting out your work week. Beautiful conditions again, temperatures in the mid-70s. And looking out here on Wednesday and Thursday, looks like these showers that I originally thought were going to be heading our way might actually not be coming at all towards us here in the Burlington area. We may have to actually up these temperatures up to near 80 again as we get towards the end of the week. So everyone, we definitely have some well-deserved beautiful weather coming up. So get out there and enjoy that summer-like weather.
I'm Maddie Shipka, and this is your Community Calendar. Learn from the professionals. On Wednesday, June 13th at 4 p.m., the Microsoft store in the Burlington Mall will be having an event for college and high school graduates on networking. You will also be able to talk to Microsoft executives and learn about Microsoft as a company. Everyone is welcome. Pre-registration is required. To register, please visit burlingtonareachamberofcommerce.org. You're the best, Dad! On Saturday, June 16th, from 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having an event called Dads and Donuts. Dads, granddads, uncles, and other male caregivers are welcome to enjoy some stories, crafts, and of course, donuts. Everyone is welcome, and the event is also free. For more information, visit burlington.org or call 781-270-1690. Enjoy a wonderful day in the state of Maine. On Saturday, June 24th, the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having a day trip to Maine. Tour some lovely Maine towns including Portland, Scarborough, and Kennebunkport. Everyone is welcome. Pre-registration is required. The cost of the trip is $104 per person. For more information and to pre-register, please visit burlingtonrecreation.org or call 781-270-1690. 1695. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this has been your Community Calendar.
The spring sports season is in its final days, and some BHS teams are battling hard in the postseason. For all the latest Red Devil action, we go now to BNews sports reporter Matt DiMarzio for this week's sports report.
Hey everyone, this is Matt DiMarzio here for your weekly sports report. The state tournament is in full swing for Burlington High teams, and the Red Devils are already making plenty of noise. On Friday afternoon, the Burlington softball team opens the playoffs at home against Pentucket Regional. With the win, the Red Devils will play again on Sunday, possibly on the road against Triton Regional. If Triton loses to Saugus in the first round, Burlington will play at home on Sunday. The baseball team had a huge day on Thursday, beating North Andover in the first round of the Division II North Tournament 2-0. The Red Devils will play again on Monday in the North quarterfinals, either at Whittier Tech in Haverhill or at home against Shawsheen Tech. Shawsheen and Whittier play on Friday afternoon. The girls' tennis team started the tournament with a 5-0 win against Gloucester. Burlington didn't lose a set in the win. The girls' host conquered Carlisle on Friday at 4 o'clock at Rohannes Park. With the win, the Red Devils would play Winchester in the North semifinals on Monday. The boys' lacrosse team also made the tournament but dropped its opening round game to Masconomet Regional. Nonetheless, it was a good season for the Devils, who finished 10-9 overall. That is all for your weekly sports report. I'm Matt DiMarzio. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week we have a photo showing a Burlington native meeting his childhood hero. It was sent in by BCAT's own Chris Flaherty and shows a glimpse of a conversation he had with Hollywood icon Donald Duck this past March at Walt Disney World. This is a special weekend for Donald Duck. Saturday, June 9th is widely recognized as his birthday. Donald made his first appearance in the 1934 cartoon The Wise Little Hen from Walt Disney Pictures, making him 84 this year. Happy birthday, Donald, and thanks for the photo, Chris. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your own door, or photos of your family members and pets and friends. Email your photo to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. Okay, that's it from the news desk here at BNews Weekly. For BNews Weekly, I'm Phil Gallagher, along with Rich Hosford, Chris Flaherty, Robert Paris, John Vias, Peter Brown, Matt DiMarzio, and Maddie Shipka. Thank you for joining us.